This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast. Over 40 years of playing PlayStation, 10 years in that games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us in this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. Feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/popculturist. Head over there, check out the tiers. Might be something there that interests you.
If you just support us on Patreon, you can watch us record this show live. So you get a nice, and whatever dollar value you decide to share our way, you get a sneaky little link where you can come and watch us record this show live. But not just this show, also our wrestling show, The Young and the Wrestlers. If you want to support us in more one-off fashion, head over to popculturist.com/shop. You buy shirts like this and that and other assorted shit with our logos on it. We are also on at Twitch, twitch.tv/The Pop Culturists. Now,
I like how we say the pop culture so many times. It's like, just go to anything and we are the only ones you'll find if you search pop culture.
which is good because recently there was a change in Twitter.
Oh.
For many, many years, we were at Pop Culturists AU because some other we can't have the because there's not enough characters. It would have to be TH Pop Culturist and that's stupid. So we for years. Huh? Double. Yeah, that could work. So for years, some inactive account has had at Pop Culturists. And I was like, you know what? For years, I kept trying to like report them and shit, just to, get them going.
Offensive tweets.
Yeah, offensive tweets. They've posted nothing since 2014. Some like every harassing. Then I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I think we're at a point where we can at least pull out a mile dick and be like, this is who we are. We want that handle. So I reached out to Twitter. I said, these people are impersonating our business. I replied. I gave them all the information, like who we are, what we do, our ABN, we are a registered business, blah, 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 blah. This is who we are, blah, blah, whatever. Then I think I said, although we're very proud of our Australian heritage, as our listenership extends greater than Australia, we want a handle to reflect that. And we also want to meet with our branding across other social platforms, link them in there too for other added benefit, and just saying we need that clean. And then within 4 hours, yeah, no worries, man. It was just an automated response. I was automated, but it read automated, but I think it was not. And yeah, no worries.
It's a template, and
we'll act. You'll have it in the next day.
Meanwhile, this poor guy who originally owned it, it's probably got some. It's probably something he did with his dad before his dad died.
Sucks to be him.
Yeah,
sucks to be him. But yeah, it's been inactive for 5 years. So I think that was our way in. So there you go. It doesn't change anything really, but on Twitter we are now just Pop Culturists.
Swell. Great.
I fought the good fight.
I'll be sure to @ you.
You use Twitter.
No. I deactivated my account. I went through it all the other day.
Oh, really?
Instagram, just
balls.
deactivate it. Twitter, just deactivate.
Because I was making the media kit for us.
Yeah.
And I put our photo, our name, and our Twitter handle. Obviously, just for.
Oh, well, mine doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I'll still leave it there. I'll click it. Nothing will happen.
It'll be some other guy joking it on Twitter.
He seems like an influencer.
I can see why you do well on Twitch. That's fine.
That's right, because Dylan's got one, but he never uses it either. So it's pretty much just mine and Jem.
I would have done the same with Facebook, but the chat is keeping me there.
Yeah.
Just between me, you, and Joel. And the hundreds of photos I'd have to manually download to my PC.
Yeah, fuck all that noise.
So,
is there a button that you can download all the photos? Has to be.
I don't know. Probably not for that reason.
Yeah. Well, in the PopC community group on Facebook, of course.
Yeah. I frequent there. All the time. I'm there all the time.
Yeah, you're forever there. There's never a moment where you don't see Josh there. You're not too well today, are you, Josh?
Oh, well. I'm fine.
I'm just really hungover. Apart from that,
partook in the alcoholic
the beverages
last night. I really need to stop pouring my whiskies in a tumbler.
Oh, that's a risk. That's a bold move, Con.
That's what I do. And I'd always have them 50-50 as well.
Oh, tough one. He's not rocking straight though.
Huh?
He's not rocking straight.
No, I can't afford whiskey good enough to drink straight. So I get the cheapest shit I can and just...
I remember there was one stream I did. I think I was sipping whiskeys in the stream, and then the stream ended. And it was like, it's like a proper mess in this room all by myself.
There's nothing wrong with getting a bit messy or by yourself.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good fun. Lets you get introspective.
Yeah.
And then everything stops working.
For a couple days.
So apart from that, what have you been up to, man? How's things?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I've been playing Classic WoW.
Classic WoW.
Yeah.
Well, because you've got
the WoW that's not out until the 27th of August.
Yeah, some sexy bad access.
No, private server. Which is illegal.
I'm like, what's the problem here?
It's not hosted by Blizzard.
Yeah, okay.
This is just... But it's been like that for years.
So can you transition the character you work on this illegal server? Oh, no.
The reason being is because it's the classic experience. So that I can start mucking around with the classes I want to play and kind of, try to narrow it down a little bit. So that's what I've been doing. It's good.
Does the classicness feel dated?
No.
You're not going to have a problem when you jump back onto the regular server? And
What do you mean?
because isn't it like completely different to the WoW experience now?
Yeah. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Because WoW now sucks dick. Like, majorly.
But I've been like, I'm sure there's some improvements in there that are good.
Character models.
That's pretty sweet.
suppose.
Character models are nice.
Maybe. Some of the armor sets look pretty cool.
Everything about the game is just the worst.
The current WoW is a G, whereas classic WoW is an RPG.
Oh.
Current WoW is a game,
Okay.
whereas classic WoW is that. Man.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it.
Yeah. No, it's good. So I was pretty set on a priest, but after playing one for a little while on the private server, I was a bit like, maybe not. The shaman.
A shaman.
Troll shaman. Shaman.
Nice.
That's me. I'm gonna heal everyone and buff everyone, and
you'd be well,
be a
like
generally
you'd be
good
well
guy.
loved in that WoW community as a healer. Not enough healers out there.
No.
Everyone's like, "Oh, I got this DPS guy." Like, yeah, and so you and 8 other people.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, oh, there's that guy.
Yeah.
He's a good healer. You want to come do
You'd
this?
be the healer for hire.
We're like, yep. 5 gold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mercenary healer. I like it.
Nah, I won't do that. I'm looking.
So no one do that. 2 gold.
Yeah. 150, 350, 350.
250.
No, I'm just looking forward to the community thing where it's not like, because at the moment your server means nothing.
Yeah.
Because all the servers are like layered and mushed together.
Yeah, because there's just big 2 monster servers now, isn't there?
No, there's still like 60 servers.
Really?
But they're all in groups of like 4.
Ah.
So they're all like linked. So like I could be a cunt for like a week and then I'll never see anybody ever again. And it doesn't matter. Whereas originally, if you're a dick, your name gets around and the community is like, don't group with that guy. He's a wank. And he takes all the loot. Or it's like, that guy is a sick healer.
Yeah, you want him.
Yeah, let's bring him along. Yeah.
So you can be infamous.
Yeah.
And famous.
Infamous. Yeah. It was a good game, Infamous.
It was. What did happen, Infamous?
I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Nice.
What about you?
First I'll do a quick boob update.
A what?
My boob update.
Oh.
It's hurting less. Good. But I feel I'm pretty adapted to that medication now. Because when those pain pills wear off, it still sucks.
Okay.
But it's pretty manageable when those pills are involved. It's nice.
Or like rashy?
That's all gone. That's all gone. Like, it was only ever small anyway. It was only about
like a big
like
areola.
It's like someone put like
I was going to say labia.
Yeah, like a big.
It's been a while since I've inspected a female's body. So I'm maybe a little mixed.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I mean,
It's just the image I have of naked girls now is just fun.
It's just so different.
Yeah. I'll actually be disappointed when I do see a real one. It's
Like, I remember this.
that's not what I'd worked up in my head. You don't have labia on your nipples. What's wrong with you? Anyway.
The internet gets weird.
I digress.
Yeah, so like the boo pain is manageable now, which is nice. Except if I don't take the pills, then it sucks balls. But in terms of what I've been playing this week, so I have been playing Redacted, and I can't talk about Redacted.
Surely you can mention you're playing Redacted.
No, it is entirely
you can't even
Redacted.
say, I have this game.
No. All I can say is that next week's episode of For the Players will come out later than normal.
Will it?
In the same day, but a little bit later, just to hit the embargo time.
Right.
So you'll hear all about my thoughts on that title later on Monday.
And maybe mine.
And maybe yours. I do recommend you check it out, though, just for good conversations.
Well, there is 9 days left of me trying other games. So I'll take advantage of that. Because when August 27th hits... That's it. That's it.
So I've been playing that. Can't talk about it. There is another game that did come our way that I've installed, but I haven't booted up yet, and that's Rad. That is the new Double Fine game.
I was going to say, what's it called?
It's Rad.
It's a new game. It's Rad.
Yeah, that's the conflict.
What does mine say?
Dude. Yeah, so I had no intentions of sort of playing this game, but we reached out a while.
Rad or Redacted?
To Rad. I actually haven't intended to play Redacted either. So with Rad, it all came to us by accident. So we had reached out to the guys here at Square Bandai. I know they do the same company. For Man of Medan. And they're like, yeah, no worries. We had an email coming through saying, hey, Man of Medan codes are here. Get ready. Party. I'm like, sick. I was at work, so I couldn't do anything about it. 10 minutes later. Hey, everyone. They aren't codes for Man of Medan. They are codes for Rad. You can have them if you want.
Do you still get Man of Medan, though?
Yeah, I should still get Man of Medan. Yeah. Right. So I was like, oh, sweet.
Someone just lost their job.
No, this guy's... no, he's too good. He's not happening.
Okay.
It's not happening. It just means he got given the wrong ones. He was told that they were the wrong ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it looked cool. Very cool trailer. So it's the idea of so it's Double Fine, and it has you piddling around in this double post. So it's not post-apocalyptic. It's post-apocalyptic.
That's what it says.
Yeah. I'll read the description from the drop.
Rad is a 3D action roguelike set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has faced Armageddon not once but twice. Playing as a teenage protagonist, you must venture into the fallow, an ever-changing radioactive wasteland filled with unknown and unspeakable creatures.
Yeah, so
the
I haven't played.
Seems to have a tail and a tumor.
Hot.
Wearing a hat.
So I haven't played it yet, but as I said, I've watched some trailers and whatnot, and it's kind of caught my attention. I may stream it this week. So what? Yeah, you sort of go around and you engage in you take in radiation as you boost people, and then in Ben 10 fashion, you become different creatures, and it looks kind of cool.
Sure,
very interesting.
Cool.
But yeah, and I also played Trials Rising this week, which is the the motorbikey game. Was streaming that on Wednesday because I had nothing else to stream at the time. And so we're just piss farting around. About an hour deep into the stream, some guy rocks up, and his account's called the University of Trials. I'm like, oh, that's the tutorial mode in this game. That's cool. All right, this guy thinks he's some sort of fucking lecturer at the University of Trials. No, turns out it's the dude. Is literally the dude that designed the tutorials. His face, voice, and image is in that game.
Did you impress him with skills?
No, I embarrassed myself endlessly.
Thus embarrassing the brand.
Yes. So, because I explained to him I'm not very good at the game because he's watching me just sort of repeat levels and be really shit at it. And well, seeing as you're here and you design the tutorials, let's go give the tutorials a go. So I jumped in there and because they're all ranked almost like school, so D, C, B, A+. On most of them, I'm sitting there rocking like a B. I got an A on a couple, and this last one, because I just unlocked this new bike, and it's like you can bunny hop with that bike to get over things. So I'm having a tough time, not getting, because you have to jump these barrels that explode. Having a shit time. I get across one, I'm like, yeah, and then another one blows up. So he goes, hey, if you need to, just press up so you can see what my model does, and you can imitate that. So I did that, and I watched for a minute. I'm like, oh, no, I got this. Right into the barrel. And he's like, I don't think you got this. I'm like, no, I don't got this.
He's just sitting in his screen just like, oh.
But as a fellow Aussie, like, that's the cool thing about that is like it's an Aussie dude. But yeah, so we had a good bit of chat, good bit of laughs. But yeah, and I embarrassed myself immensely in front of the dude from Trials.
Cool.
Yeah, that I played really.
Well, for the next Trials game, we probably won't be getting it.
No, probably not.
Definitely on that blacklist.
Just emails everyone at Ubi straight back. Nah. I don't think I played anything else. I mentioned credits for last week, didn't I? Yes. That's cool. Then that means we can transition into the news where we tell you what we've been playing this week in PlayStation. Wait, that's not right.
No.
I'm fucking tired. Hang on. Section we call Inform the Players, where we tell you about what happened this week in PlayStation.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And something like that.
And something like that.
Got an update from last week, the whole rating thing with DayZ and everything. IGEA have said a few things. Now, it's quite lengthy, so I'm just going to try to pick the paragraphs that actually pertain to something.
So the IGEA is the Australian Interactive Games and Entertainment Authority? Association.
Australia's IGEA has spoken on DayZ's classification drama Down Under, stating that the ratings guideline forbidding the use of illicit or prescribed drugs in a way that could be interpreted as an incentive or reward is, quote, not representative of what a reasonable Australian would see as a reason to effectively ban a piece of creative content. This is in response to the DayZ ban from last week. Continuing a quote from them, recently the Australian Classification Board issued a refused classification for the box version of the video game DayZ, despite the game being available digitally within Australia with their MA15 Plus classification they published on their website. Continuing, over the last few days we've been in dialogue with the local distributor of DayZ as well as the Classification Board.
5-Star Games for context.
To clarify the situation, we would like to provide an update regarding the RC decision based on the Classification Board's decision report. We can confirm the version of the game submitted for classification was due to the cannabis, which can be used in game. While there has been some media and community criticism of the classification board for this decision, we can see how the board felt it had its hands tied in this situation, as the guidelines for the classification of computer games 2012 states illicit or prescribed drug use related incentives or rewards will be refused classification. The RC determination for DayZ therefore rests on the use of drugs for incentives and rewards, a classification quirk that is unique to Australia and to our mind not representative of what a reasonable Australia would see as a reason to effectively ban a piece of creative content. There's just one more paragraph I wanted to pull up here. The IGEA has previously advocated for the games industry to handle classification of its own content. An industry-led co-regulatory classification program for the Australian games industry wouldn't be unique. Free-to-air TV shows are actually rated by their own TV stations, a scheme established in the Broadcasting Service Act of 1992. And recorded music is monitored by Australian Record Industry Association, ARIAs. Additionally, earlier this year, the Australian government approved 2-year trial allowing streaming giant Netflix to classify its own content between G and R18+. It's just they've just said, yeah, we still don't think this is really,
which is good. So on a good note, these are one of those situations where I get really happy when I hear things like this, because I'm like, oh, we do know what we're talking about.
Well, because the main point from last week was, that's the rules, but
I understand why those rules were kept, because they're the guidelines and you can't phase the guidelines. However,
guidelines
they're wrong,
changed.
And then someone's like, these are the guidelines, however they're wrong. Like, yes,
a reasonable Australian
validation.
A reasonable Australian was like, oh, well, we're reasonable Australians then.
See, like, the idea of being self-regulatory is not new, of course. That's what the US does with the ESRB, so it's certainly within reason that Australia could do the same.
Well, Australia
the drugs have since been removed from the game worldwide due to Australia's ban.
Fuck us.
Fuck us specifically.
But in Australia, like the article says, free-to-air TV rate themselves, music rates themselves. So maybe that is something. I
think it's something that does need to change, and this is just repeating what we said last week, I guess. But the typical part is, because that was sort of the IGEA's big complaint. The complaint wasn't, don't yell at the IGEA. Don't yell at the classification board. Yell at the government. Because they can't change that shit. Like, these are the black and whites, and they can't bend. So you're yelling at the wrong people.
Maybe last week I was a little harsh on the ratings board.
It's only because it was directed at who we thought the anger should be directed at.
So ScoMo can eat a bag and
normally
fix his shit.
And this. Normally, and he can eat this specific bag of dicks too.
And there's also a big point in there about because to submit a game for classification down here, it's $10,000 for physical, whereas digitally, it's nothing. It's an automated system for the to get a digital game rated, which is how DayZ got through digitally onto the PSN, and then physically, there's that wall of like, no, people need to look at it and you need to give us $10,000. So they need to change this and then spend another $10,000 to submit it for reclassification.
But once again, it's that same thing. Like, if you were, like, as a developer, you should know this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, granted, it's very specific, but it's a situation of, are we going to have any problems releasing this in the X game? Because if you think about markets, right, the three big markets in, like, the territories you need to look at, obviously US, Australia, Asia, Europe.
I don't think Australia's up there with any of those.
No, but I mean, like, in terms of your four markets, that's your markets. Like, if you look at it as a region wise, it's that situation of, okay, what are these regions? US, we know we're okay. Okay, cool. What's Australia got going for it? What's its classifications? Like, that should be your job to know that.
Yeah, but you got to understand that, like, particularly smaller studios. I don't think that's fair on them to have to do that.
I disagree. These guys have been around for a very long time.
Yeah, but
these aren't the studio. This isn't a studio that came out a year ago.
No, it doesn't matter how long.
No, but I mean, they've got pedigree. They've got history. They should, part of your job, whoever's job it is for distribution, whether even if it be 505, not 505, 5-star games, like they're like, hey, here's a situation. Like, here's some info you're gonna need to know. Because this information is readily available. You can straight up Google this and you'll get there.
Like if me and you made a game, right? And we're like, we're going to do this physically around the world. Which one of us is going to sit there and read the classification guidelines for 150 countries?
Well, no, it wouldn't be 150. It would just be like, look at where are the big problems? Like, as the example I used last week was Wolfenstein, right? Wolfenstein, like Bethesda or Machine Games know there's going to be a problem there. Let's have a look over there. If you even remind a history, know that there's been an issue with drug references and banning games in Australia. Maybe it's not as common knowledge because we live here.
Yeah,
but
Anyway, the IGEA would like to see.
The point I'm making is the responsibility isn't entirely on the government or IGEA. Mostly, not IGEA. Sorry, the classifications board. Mostly fits on the government, but the developer should have some responsibility too.
What about the $10,000 fee?
Cost on business. If I have to pay $10,000 for something, I'm looking into what I need to do to make sure I don't have to pay that again. I don't have the luxury of many $1,000.
But then what about having to repay it again?
That sucks to be them.
You're really like anti-corporation right now. What about the little guys?
No, but
how is that fair for?
It's the situation of that is the cost of doing business, and if all it took was the changing of one word, they should have known this, or they could have at least done some minor research to find that out. I am not. I'm frugal. I hold that shit tight. You hold your money tight. How much? Like, I do an unnecessary amount of research before I even buy anything. You should have seen how much research I did before I bought this camera.
Oh, like the ones you bought before that?
Yeah, they were really cheap. I bought them off. That was a stub. That was an impulse purchase.
Yeah, you did good with my $500 there.
Hey, we're back on this one. It was all good.
Yeah. Anyway, the point
I love how I build up this argument. You're like, hey, oh yeah, hang on. Let's put that argument to the side. And,
the point I was getting to is that the IGEA is wondering why we can have games rated digitally automatically for free.
Yeah, part's weird.
Can't do the same thing for physical. I don't know. They're wondering, like, can we streamline this process?
Yeah.
Can we regulate it ourselves and streamline it? They're asking the correct questions, and I have good respect for them now. I didn't really know who they were before, but they're asking the right questions to the right people at the moment, and I am thankful for that.
Well, yeah, I'm aware who the IGEA are. I've met a handful of their representatives before at PAX, both Paris and my boss and myself. Met with them last year. We did an interview for their series they're doing about the healing power of games. Obviously, it works with what my day job is. So yeah, I met with them. They're lovely people. Fantastic. Big fans. But
they're the ones to give your support to.
Okay, I'm going to point this out as well before we run to the next topic. If the fact that this game should have been refused classification as per the guidelines, and yet it wasn't in the digital, doesn't that show a fault in the digital process?
or the digital process is just like what a reasonable Australian would expect.
No,
Like
because it's
IGEA
automated.
said.
Like it's just ones and zeros. It's just ticking boxes.
Yeah.
So as in the studio went, yeah, it's fine, and this is what the game has in our opinion. But it's that idea.
That argument. I'm going to cut you off now. You could use that argument. You said, why didn't they do their research? Blah blah blah. They put it through digitally, and it was approved at an MA15. They're like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, because the box. Well, that's true. They wouldn't have to. They're like, well, we got an MA15 because it's like, does your game have violence? Tick. Does your game have? So it's just literally a checklist where there's no thorough investigation like physical. So it's that same idea of like, does your movie have sex in it? No, 3 minutes in, just hardcore penetration. Like,
no, I'm sure there's some.
But you know what I mean, though. It's like if the digital check is reliant entirely on people ticking that boxes, people break systems all the time. That is the downside with digital solutions. Like here's a more recent digital solution, Safeway. Like people keep stealing through our self checkouts. Well, duh.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was going with that. Got mad at that too.
I put through Royal Gala apples as Pink Lady yesterday to save 80 cents.
That's what I mean. Like, if there's a system that can be manipulated in any way, like people will. I'm not saying there's malice on the guys from DayZ, but I'm just saying, as per that checklist, they met everything they needed to do, and yet it still broke the guidelines.
Well, that's a completely different issue.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad you brought that up because
that
reinforced they did get an MA15, so why would they think, we need to look deeper into this? If it come back with an R or an RC, they'd be like, hang on, there's something wrong here. But it's like, MA15, that's what it is in the rest of the world. Sweet. Send in the
physical. See, it all comes down to the criteria question. If the criteria question was like, does it mention any real world drugs? And if they've gone, no, then there's a problem.
Maybe it said, does it have any illegal drugs? And they're like, no, because weed is legal where we are. So,
it's a tough one.
New controllers. Number 2, Sony has announced 4 new color variations of its DualShock 4 controller: rose gold, electric purple, which is PopC purple.
Yeah, very proud of it.
I figured. Titanium blue and red camouflage. Along with the 4 new controllers, Sony announced a rose gold variant of its gold wireless headset. The headset is being released in November for $100. Controllers will be available in September for
September 6, $100
for your standard controller price.
Yeah, so I debated.
No, you didn't. You're like, yep.
No, I did. Because I'm like, is my wife going to yell at me? And then I was like, I'll deal with it later.
I'll deal with it when it comes in the mail.
Yeah.
It's too late to return it.
I'm like, I can't take it back. It's already here.
I should get Ethan to put the Atom on the touchpad for you.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I might go there and fuck with it.
Yeah, they look nice.
They look lovely, actually.
I'm actually a fan of the titanium blue as well.
The blue is very, very nice.
But I have a white one, and I'm happy with that.
Well, because like I
have red thumbsticks on my white one.
Oh,
looks very nice.
Did you pull it apart and change it?
No, I got like the
covers,
the grips.
Ah, nice.
I can't play without them now.
Yeah,
I've had the grips for years, and I take them off, and it's just weird, and I hate it. Even when I bought my Xbox, at the same time I bought grips for at the same time. They're good. They're life changing.
Well, because I've already got a purple controller. We've got a custom one that Ethan did for me, and it looks pretty similar anyway. But it's not official, so I have to buy it.
PS5 GPU Rumours. This I've just pulled this directly from Push Square.
Because there's a bunch of numbers and stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, there's stuff. There's a rumour going around that the PlayStation 5's graphics processing unit is a bit of a monster. It all stems from Twitter user Kamachi's findings, put into context by fellow Twitter user Is a Parrot. I love it when they have to quote Reddit or Twitter usernames because they're fucking stupid.
But Master 420 and
Basically, leaks suggest the PS5's supposed GPU is currently being tested and it's powerful. We're not going to pretend that we're hardware experts, but the gist of it is that the PS5's supposed GPU outperforms everything but the highest of high-end units. According to PC Mag, this rumoured GPU sits somewhere between the two of GeForce's latest offerings, the RTX 2070 and the RTX 2080. Both are incredibly capable graphics card, and this is mirrored in the latter's eye-watering price of $800. So does this mean the PS5 is going to cost an arm and a leg? It's ultimately too early to say, but Sony is clearly packing a lot of powerful tech into its next-gen console. Remember, the company is already boasting 4K outputs, SSDs, and ray tracing. The PS5 is going to need some meaty innards to make all of these promises a reality. So the price is probably going to come down to whether Sony is willing to sell the system at a loss.
This
This box is sounding very expensive.
Yeah. But one again, that comes down to because I think when it comes to obviously like Nvidia and their cards, like I'm sure the innards of the cards aren't actually worth $800. They're probably worth like I don't know $500, and then they layer.
He's talking retail markup.
Yeah, then there's a retail markup because it had like when you're the two people of like Nvidia and AMD, like you could charge way more and people will just pay it because that's it.
That's your options.
You know what I mean? So like for a winner, it couldn't cost them like fucking $400, $300, and there's just a whole bunch of markup on it. So like and plus with Sony buying in mass bulk, I imagine there's a cut there. I do think the console will still come to a hefty price.
I'm going to put my price in now.
All right, if Crisp, you're still listening, write this down.
The PS5 will launch in Australia between $799 and $849.
I'd agree with that.
That's
I don't agree with it personally, but like I believe that's probably the right market.
Yeah, because the PS3 launched at $1,000.
It did. There were the two models. Yeah, one was $799.
Yeah.
One was $1,000.
Yeah, Dad bought the $1,000 one.
Yeah,
because it was backwards compatible. Still has it. I think should be worth a mint later. PS4's launched at 600,
550,
600. Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was around $800.
Yeah, I would surprise.
For in AUD.
So that's the big problem. Everyone's like, we want like gnarly tech. Like, it comes at a cost, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want it that much anymore.
I can't afford that. Yeah. Yeah, and like if that is the launch price, it's kind of like I may as well just upgrade my PC.
Yeah. Well, because now you're a big PC dork.
Not big PC dork. I can play classic WoW at max graphics, which is good considering the game came out in 2004. And that's all I need for the next like 7 years. It's just classic WoW and my current PC. So, but like I said, like this is a me problem.
Yeah.
Is that primarily PS4. I enjoy dabbling on the Xbox. My son plays Xbox. How many of these fucking $800 consoles am I going to have to buy?
Yeah.
And like, what do I buy when the next gen comes out? Because I enjoy playing with my son, who plays on Xbox, because all his friends play on Xbox.
We've got to remember the thing with the Xbox, man. Generations are a thing of the past.
Apparently.
So I think if for any reason, it's probably safer to keep your Xbox.
Yeah.
Because I think that by the sounds of their marketing, you will be able to play cross-gen. PlayStation probably not, maybe not as much, but Xbox probably would be fine.
Interesting.
Where yes, I'll be hoiking my Xbox to pay for my PlayStation.
Well, I've been using a credit card for nearly a year now. Just every month, general spending, and every month paid off. Just get my credit rating up. I have a very good credit rating now. So went from like fucking bottom of the barrel to the top 15%.
Oh, how'd you know?
Yeah, I've been doing good.
Isn't it fascinating how spending more gets you a better credit?
But anyway, you get points. Yeah. And I currently have enough points to get $250 worth of EB Games vouchers.
Oh, do that.
So I'm going to keep banking my points and then...
Is there expiry date on these points?
No.
Ooh, that's good.
If you redeem them into a gift card, then the gift card has an expiry.
For 12 months on it or whatever, yeah.
But yeah, so by that maths, by this time next year, which is maybe when next gen's going to launch, about a few months from now, I should have about $500 worth of gift cards. So yeah, very tempting not to just cash them out now, because you can get Dan Murphy's vouchers too. Oh, and I'm a big purveyor of whiskey at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I got a nice decanter for Christmas, and I still haven't put anything in it yet.
Isn't it because it had like mercury?
No, I got a new one now because I had the lead filled one.
That's right.
And because it was crystal.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh man, I kind of want to use this. And then
I'm glad we had that conversation.
Because I'd be so dead right now.
You wouldn't be with us.
No. I have like no hair or something. I can't remember what lead did. I dealt with lead when I was at university. I don't remember what it was now. Yeah. So then for Christmas, my mother-in-law bought me a new one. A very nice one. And I'm like, oh, cool. But I've not had any money to buy, You say that, but you've just bought a controller.
No,
I don't have to pay for it for like a month. But I mean that I can reasonably spend $200 on booze.
Oh, $200 is a bit over the top.
No, but you know what I mean? Like in terms of like in my budget and how I think about spending my money, booze is always so drastically low on the list.
Ah, right. Okay. understand.
Because my wife doesn't drink. I drink very sparingly. So it was like, oh, can I?
How did we get onto that
I
topic?
don't remember now. Oh, vouchers.
Oh, yeah.
Vouchers.
Vouchers for, yeah.
Speaking of tricking people with hardcore penetration.
Twitch is still spastic, as I call this news
Oh,
topic.
that's a very not appropriate word.
No, that's, different context. After Ninja moved to Mixer, this has nothing to do with PlayStation. I just think it's a hilarious.
Well, we touched
story.
upon it last week, didn't we? The Ninja stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
After Ninja moved to Mixer, Twitch used his channel to promote other streamers, which it doesn't do on other streamers' pages, including those who have signed in with other streaming services. Normally, each streamer's homepage will have that streamer's channel information, schedule, community, blah, 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 blah. But on Ninja's page, it now features a text that reads, "The streamer you're looking for is in another castle," along with more than 24 links to other popular live services. Well, one of those streamers featured on Ninja's Twitch page started streaming hardcore porn, leading to the following apology from Twitch's CEO, Evan Schrier. Quote, "Our community comes to Twitch looking for live content," Schrier tweeted on Sunday. "To help ensure they find great live channels, we've been experimenting with showing recommended content across Twitch, including on streamers' pages that are offline. This helps all streamers as it creates new community connections. However, the lewd content that appeared on the Ninja offline channel page grossly violates our terms of service, and we've permanently suspended that account in question." She continued by stating Twitch is suspending its stream recommendation process while the company investigates further. So apparently, this is bad, but if you go to the IRL section of Twitch where girls are just like whacking it, that's okay.
Yeah, because they can't do anything while the stream's gone. Because they're also whacking it.
Well, they're moderating her chat.
Okay, so there's a couple of different things
Someone was just like, I have a huge opportunity right now. Because for some reason, I'm being featured on Ninja's page. And I have to do this.
Great power comes great responsibility.
But of course, Ninja's channel is rated for all ages.
Yeah.
Or they used to be.
So there's a couple of things here. There's a couple of different points of interest. First of all, although Ninja has moved to Mixer, there is still like 14 million followers or whatever on his Twitch account. So to have that channel sit there dead doing nothing is gross. So by Twitch's doing essentially hosting common Twitch thing, one of the best things about Twitch is its Twitch community and sharing each other's streams and whatnot. Cool. But if you see that video that Ninja did, Ninja's had this big rant about what they're doing to his channel. Like 3 sentences of that were about the porn. Everything else was using his channel to share other streamers, and he hated that.
To be fair, this exact situation that they're doing with Ninja's channel, they haven't done on anyone else.
Well, yeah, because no one has ever been as big as Ninja. Because like people just still go to the chat, even though he hasn't streamed on it in like 2 weeks. People are still there chatting with each other. So like, there's clearly traffic there. So their idea is fine. Hardcore porn's not cool. Well, it's cool, but it's not like on Twitch. It comes
to that line,
seeing as like his entire audience is like under 18
of who owns what. Right, because they're essentially using Ninja's name 100%. As promotion for themselves.
Yes.
Ninja made himself, but on the back of Twitch supporting him.
Yeah.
So there's that whole who owns all of this right now.
Yeah. Saying that though,
Twitch have every right to do this. I think
they do.
Is it to me maybe a little bit like? It's just business, but it's a little bit dirty, I suppose.
It is dirty, but it is correct business. Yeah. If Ninja had an issue, why didn't he just close down his account?
Maybe he can't. Maybe I don't know. Why not?
See, that would be something. That'd be something there. If he is literally unable of closing his account, that explains what's been happening here.
But I think Ninja has every right to be pissed because his name, nothing to do with him. But now his name's been pulled into all this like.
Oh come on! As if Ninja hasn't had controversy before.
No, I know. But this is like he's just doing his own thing, and all of a sudden someone's streaming porn on your Twitch channel that you don't have access to anymore.
Yep.
To millions of children.
Yeah, that part is like
imagine if we went to Mixer, like put us in Ninja's shoes. Not that we ever will be. But imagine
what
if
do you
we
get?
went
25
elsewhere,
million. We'll take $25.
We went elsewhere. And then Jess messages us and says, hey, there's like porn streaming on your Twitch channel. Oh.
I'm like, is it good?
Yeah. No, it's like bottom of the barrel.
Oh, no. But
you
yeah,
know
no,
what
look,
I mean?
I
having no control over stopping it,
Yeah.
logging in and shutting it down yourself,
Yeah.
just having to sit there and be like, this is my name
yeah.
and this is what's
That
happening.
part I totally agree with. That I can't argue that part enough.
Yeah.
But so this is once again, this is the problem when your company gets too big and you rely on digital solutions.
Yeah.
I'm sounding very like anti-computer right now. Skynet and shit.
But yeah, like the whole streamer recommendation thing, I think is fine.
It's
for them to
totally
pursue.
fine.
Someone's like, I feel like watching Fortnite. I hear Ninja's big. They go to Twitch. Ninja's not here, but here's other Fortnite.
Well, yeah,
streamers
because
who
not
might
everyone might not be in the know.
be. Yeah,
Right.
but they associate Ninja with Fortnite.
Exactly.
And then no, here's some other streamers though that you can
Yeah.
check out. Okay, well, or I can
I'd
just
be curious to see who's
or I
on
can
that
just
on that
vigorously
list.
masturbate
Yeah.
on Twitch while watching Twitch, which many guys do anyway in the IRL section. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Like all the ASMR stuff, because it's not a sex thing, everybody. It's not a sex thing.
It's not. Top selling games for week ending 11th of
I've done
August.
this in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they finally did it.
They keep releasing it like, after recording.
Number 10, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 9, Spider-Man. Number 8, Mortal Kombat 11. Number 7, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 6, Minecraft. Number 5, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Number 4, Anthem. Number 3, GTA 5. Number 2, Crash Team Racing. Number 1, Madden 20.
See, these numbers are given out by IGEA. I should just reach out to them directly, so we don't have to wait.
Oh, yeah. You should. And 2 quick bits. Need for Speed Heat launches November 8th.
Yeah, it looks cool.
EA have said that there will be no loot boxes in the game.
They doubt it.
Because there's this whole big thing going with Apex right now as well.
$175 hatchet or something?
It's not quite as simple as that. It's little overblown,
Yeah.
but it is pretty fucking shit. And Anthem lead producer Ben Irving has left Bioware for other opportunities in the gaming industry.
Oh. Speaking of head people leaving, the creative director of Halo Infinite has left.
Oh, really?
With 1 year left in production.
Yeah.
Maybe like, well, all the creative's done, now it's all finishing, I'm out.
So the speculation is that Ben Irving of Bioware didn't quite leave on his own volition.
Oh, really? Like,
Well, 'cause
you made Anthem bad.
In that huge article, he was named quite a bit. Remember the big Taku
Yeah.
expose? He was named quite a bit as being one of the major players of the problems.
Oh.
So it might just be like you can put in your resignation, or we're going to.
Well, we need
One of
to
those.
address this.
We need
in
you
some
gone.
way. Yeah.
You can voluntarily resign, or we're just going to have to fire you.
Yeah.
That whole corporate thing,
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll let you walk out.
Yeah, we'll let you leave. Yeah.
Need for Speed Heat looks pretty interesting. I saw the trailer, but it was really weird. Like, I saw the logo. I'm like, I feel like I've seen this logo before. We haven't. We don't have any insider knowledge. But I looked at it. I'm like, I've seen this before. Maybe it's had this weird, like, deja vu moment.
Yeah,
but-
I didn't get that watching it. That's it for the news, Ryan, as we have a chat to the players about Take-Two invading YouTubers' homes
Sweet.
via regarding Borderlands 3 leaks.
All right, fill me out.
It's a very, very big article. I'm just going to summarize. Essentially, there's a Borderlands YouTuber called SupMatto who somehow has been leaking a whole lot of Borderlands 3 stuff. Fucking heaps. Like more than just like the normal amount of leaks you'd expect.
Yeah.
Enough that
Enough to bring suspicion.
Take-Two sent private investigators to his home address.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To speak to him about what's going on. He has since deleted his YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
And all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So there's a big hashtag going, boycott Borderlands 3, which no one's going to do.
It's the second time this has happened.
Yeah, Randy Pitchford did something
Yeah.
weird or something, didn't he? Which I'm like, if I was going to boycott something, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm going to boycott it. I'd just be like, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why it has to be a big social movement and everyone's like, yeah, I'm with you on this.
Cancel culture, man. People need to validate their opinions.
Yeah.
Be part of the tribe.
So I'll try to get a bit more information from this. IGN, this is a big article on IGN. So IGN has learned that 2K Games and Take-Two, the parent company of 2K, as well as Rockstar and Private Division, have indeed been investigating SupMatto's Borderlands 3 videos as part of a wider investigation into ongoing Borderlands 3 leaks. YouTuber SupMatto published a video that claimed 2 private investigators showed up at his residence to inquire about his Borderlands YouTube account. Quote from him, "I don't feel like I have anything to hide. They questioned me about various things relating to my channel, the live stream that was discussed on my channel, and they told me they were from Take-Two Interactive. However, IGN's investigation revealed a complicated 10-month investigation initiated by 2K and Take-Two into prominent Borderlands 3 leaks." So essentially, this guy, SupMatto, is getting a whole heap of info and leaking
Didn't
it.
he paywall it as well?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Getting all this info and leaking it, and to the point where he got people sent to his house, and at that point you're with him. You're like, that's fucked. That should not happen. He didn't sign any NDAs. You know,
He's just
he's just
sharing
reporting the leaks, which is gaming journalism. You know,
Yeah.
He's not breaking any rules because he didn't sign an NDA. He's just reporting on it. But then you learn that you could get access to a private Discord channel with all these leaks by paying him $5. And then you're like, oh, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a bit dirty.
Having said that, if you publish the leaks on YouTube, you'd still be making money through the ad revenue anyway.
Correct.
So where does that line come into
Yeah.
it? So essentially the question is, how? Because we've talked about leaks not too long ago, whether they're good or bad and all that. But this is more, how do you feel about companies sending people to your house to speak to you?
That is very far.
We don't know the details of, did they grill him? Was it a nice chat? You know, was there any threats involved? We don't know any of that. So we're just left to speculate. And to me, speculating, I'm picturing like LA Noire kind of guys rocking up to his house, threatening him, beating the fuck out of him, kidnapping his wife,
Punching his child.
and then shutting down his YouTube channel
Yeah.
while he's left in a bloody mess on the floor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing. It's not
No.
anywhere near that.
So,
But to me, that's just seemed, even if you did put this paywall up and all that, that makes your sympathy kind of go, I don't know. But sending people to
Yeah.
residents, to me, is just
see, like,
insane.
I understand the need to investigate the leak. In just terms of fighting and being like, because if there's some stuff there that no one else has reported on that is accurate, it's like,
well, it is.
hang on.
This is his whole...
Yeah, because an example using wrestling is, so Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer Radio, he was like, I'm pretty, he's like, he goes, I think Goldberg is going to fight Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam.
And then
No one reported this. He got a call like that afternoon and been like, how did you know this? He's like, thank you, I'm confirming this tomorrow.
But imagine, like...
But that situation, they're like, it's not on any internal documentation. No one has actually put pen to paper on this yet. How do you know this? And he's like, I guessed.
Yeah, and you just confirmed it.
And you just confirmed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the point is, like, and they've obviously done the same here. They're like, how does this guy know this shit?
But do you think the main investigation should start at the studio?
Yeah, it's like, it's that situation of how is he getting
I'm
this?
sure there is a clause in everyone's contract that...
Yeah, they are their own NDAs.
Yeah, no, but the NDA, but that reserves the right for higher ups or someone to like go through all their internal emails.
Of
like,
course,
go through
yeah.
their computers, look for this correspondence.
My old workplace had that, 100%.
Maybe they come up with nothing because whoever's leaking to SupMatto is, doing it privately or whatever. I don't know. Just the thought of them being able to do this and go to your house, that is a huge, whether there's ill intent or not, that is an intimidation tactic. Like, stop doing this. We know where you live. We're sending people to your house.
Yeah.
There's obviously no ill intent here, but there is a subliminal message that goes along with it.
Of course there is, yeah. If it comes two ways, because if they wanted to get in contact with him, they could. He does have his patches. Like, who is your source? We need to know. Like, if Take-Two can email them, and maybe they have. Maybe there has been previous discussions where it's been like, how do you know this information? This information is not going anywhere. We need to know this.
Well, at one point, Take-Two had a private stream ready to go, or for Borderlands 3, and he found a way to get into it and see things before the stream was live, and he reported that to Take-Two and said, hey, like, people can actually get in and see this, and they didn't respond or anything like that. So he's like, all right, well, I'm going to make some money off this because I've tried to correspond with you, you didn't reply, so now I made this. This is my stuff now, which that's how the industry lives off this shit. This is how the stories start. Someone found something by accident that they shouldn't have been able to see, and they're like, well, I have a duty to report this now.
Like, if anything, this kind of does push this line around games and the secrecy behind games. Like, it's that because it's a situation because there is this, public belief, and I guess it's sort of mirrored in some ways, that like the games press is just an additional marketing thread of the games industry or that developer, right?
Yeah.
And leaks and stuff like this when actual journalism happens. Now, granted, because of the nature of this industry, we're not going to have big WikiLeaks level breaks, right? So our big news pieces are leaks and leaked information about specific games. So within our space, this is the big stuff, and the company is like, the secrecy in the games biz is just so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And
that's what I was trying to get. I forgot where I was going with that sentence. That's where I started.
I think you just got to embrace it sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, like doing stuff like this, where they have every right to do this, to try to figure out where it's coming from, to speak to the leaker. They have every right to do it, but doing it in such a public way instantly makes
bad
gamers go, hang on, that's a bit fucked. And I agree, it is a bit fucked.
It is a bit fucked.
Like I said, I'm sure there was no ill intent, but the message is pretty clear.
Yeah. But it's one of those situations though, like as private investigators, that's their job to have. So and he is I'm not. This certainly doesn't make it okay, but he's a public figure. I'm sure you could find his details if you needed to. He's put his information out there, so there's no concern of like if he worked out of an office and that was and then they rocked up at his home, that's different.
Yeah.
Like but obviously he works out of his home as well. It's a weird line there. I'm sure not in the line that it's okay because it's totally fucked.
So the article has a lot of he said, she said,
which is
what I was going back to with the whole Twitch thing. SupMatto's video focused on an incident related to the official Borderlands 3 Twitch extension, which SupMatto reported on based on a Twitch exploit. Quote, "It's not some crafty workaround," SupMatto claimed on his video. On the April 29th, the official Borderlands YouTube channel posted the reveal of the Twitch extension leading into the gameplay reveal, and the name of the testing accounts were exposed in that video. This was not found by me, but he reported it. So that's where this all kind of, I think, really kind of kicked off. However, 2K alleged that SupMatto's leaks into Borderlands 3 goes far beyond just a Twitch extension. His YouTube channel has published videos dating back to 2018 with information on Borderlands 3, including accurate details on characters and mechanics, months ahead of the official reveal. So it's pretty obvious there's someone feeding him stuff from the studio.
Yeah, but it's a weird situation of who is he? Like, as in, what's his does he have a big following? Does he it's
SupMatto? He's think like Ninja for Fortnite. He's the big one for Borderlands 3 in terms of YouTube.
But I mean, for context, right? Like the idea that someone gives information to Jason Schrier, as an example, makes sense because Jason Schrier is like a legit journo, and I'm like as he said before, there's many times that he's been given information that goes, does this need to be in the public knowledge? Like as a traditional journo, he's like, does this actively need to be known? So there's tons of things that he knows he doesn't spill, and the problem with a YouTuber is he's like, oh yeah, sure, I don't have any journalistic ethics.
But maybe the conspiracy goes deeper, and he's actually a friend with someone at the studio who's helping out his YouTuber mate with his business by giving him. Maybe not. We don't know. Or he knows how to hack into Take Two or 2K, and he's in, and he does all the things from Die Hard 4, and like Swordfish. Halle Berry's giving him, But back to the main point, I think so publicly sending people to his house and everything is a bit meh.
Yeah, it's a bit shit.
There wasn't any attempt, as far as this article says, any attempt at correspondence before that step, like emailing, like, hey man.
I presume there would have been, but
presume this article doesn't mention anything of it though.
It makes it difficult, yeah. So, somebody needs to leak that.
But then him going as far as to charge for that information on Discord, you're also like,
yeah, that's not journalistic.
If you didn't do that,
like
my sympathy bar would be all the way up here. Like,
and I would be the
I'm
same
totally
thing.
with you, man. That's fucking crazy because you knew it was wrong and you're actively charging for people to access that information. It brings it down a little bit.
Yeah, because that is a journal, like that is that, you know, in terms of journalistic ethics, it's that situation of this information needs to be known for a price. Like that's dirty. That breaks those ethics.
You know, putting it up in an article like Jason Schrier does, or putting it on YouTube, still gives that information monetary value as well through ad revenue.
But direct funding for it is different.
Direct funding is a little bit different. Yeah. Just a very interesting situation, and I think probably the first that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't have nothing of this scope before.
Yeah, obviously 2K wants to find the leaks, and that's probably about it. But it does come off as very like an intimidation tactic.
Of course,
for other leakers to be like, you know, we can send people over to your house.
Like, but saying that though, it's this weird line. Like that's what they're potentially what they're going for, but it may be the Barbra Streisand effect, as in like, and the next thing everyone's going to start doubling down on leaks.
Yeah. One person reports it, and everyone's like, I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah.
They can't get all of us. You know.
They're all down.
Take-Two could get all of you,
but like there is a lot there. There is a lot. Like we've never been exposed to this much behind the scenes info, but we've been told stuff off the record before, and we've
for sure.
But I mean that in terms of like it was one of those situations like, does this benefit the greater good? No,
but like if we're talking to a developer or something, and they're like, you know, off the record, blah blah blah, but it's off the record.
Yeah,
well, I'm not, because if we go and talk about that, they're never going to speak to us ever again.
Yeah.
So you want to keep, but as this is just one independent YouTuber reporting on a video game leaks, so it's not quite as personal.
Yeah, that is certainly true. But like, even, you know, I had been given information about Sinking City like way before it happened, and I could have dropped that day and day because it wasn't told to me directly. It was like a secondhand sort of back to me, so that wouldn't have. I could have been like, hey, everyone that gives a shit about Sinking City, bush. But like, and there is a line there, and I understand his entire business model is Borderlands, so I guess that's difficult for him. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not against leak culture. Yeah. But I'm also not pro. It's weird. I think
if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I think there is a line. I think if you give enough, but if you're like, here's literally the document that here is the script for Borderlands 3.
Well, how do you take this then? As IGN understands at this time, 2K and Take-Two are not pursuing legal action against SupMatto. What legal action? He hasn't signed an NDA. So what can they do?
Well, that's because I think that's the point. I think they don't have any at this moment in time, because they don't know how he's getting this information. They don't have a legal resource.
But even if they knew how I suppose if he was hacking in,
yes,
yeah, for sure.
If he was hacking in, or if he was being given information by someone breaking an NDA, you know, if it was. Because there is such thing as trade secrets, right? So if you are involved in the trade secrets thing, there's a line there. But I think that comes down to, we don't know how he's got it.
Yeah.
We went to him, we spoke to him, and he was like, I'm allowed to have my sources, and then they punched him in the face. No. Like I guarantee you, because whatever his method in, presumably he's not hacking in.
No.
Because then there would be legal recourse.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, if let's say you get a game.
Yeah.
You sign the NDA.
I have one right now, yes.
Yeah. You sign the NDA. I haven't signed the NDA. You talk to me about the game, breaking the NDA.
Yes.
And I publish that information, not referring back to you, but then the company finds out that you did give me that information. What responsibility falls to me? The
difference is the NDAs that we sign are representative of the entire company. Of the pop culture.
Yeah, no, but you see what I'm saying.
Yes, in a normal situation is like if I
wasn't part of PopC, I was just a buddy.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm super keen.
That's all on me because I gave it to you.
I'm super keen for this game.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I've got it, and here's all this information. And I'm like, on Twitter, just like, here's all this stuff about the game. And then they find out you gave me that information. Is there legal recourse against me?
In terms of the fine print of the NDAs that we have signed, it's all on me. I'm pretty sure. In that situation would be all on me. But in this, because we work within the same entity, it's, I believe, when I sign it on behalf of the pop culturist, I sign it as my
I'm thinking
as my
in this
title.
Situation, if they find out who is giving him this information, I still don't really understand how he can be held responsible.
I think it would come down to the contract that employee has. If there is within that contract, like you understand you are dealing with trade secrets, by divulging these trade secrets, you and all parties involved will have met legal.
But that,
like, it all comes down.
I get that.
Yeah,
but if the parties involved haven't seen that clause in the contract, how can they be held responsible?
Well, it's what, yeah.
Like they didn't read and agree.
That's that
to
weird
this,
line
you
of
know
the
what I
law,
mean?
innit?
Yeah.
Because like that person, like, you know, whoever he or she who is divulging this information, there's a hypothetical situation. That agreement does exist, and it does in those exact wordings. You give this out, you and anyone you tell are fucked. So that person has then made that active decision to fuck himself and somebody else. So it's like that person's like, you fucked me by proxy. What are you doing?
Yeah. But then the person who got fucked
but once
is
again,
like,
the person
I didn't know.
yes, but
if you told me that this was in your contract, I wouldn't have said shit. But I didn't know.
Yeah.
So by proxy, how is...
There is that, but yeah. I get you. I totally get you. But there is that weird line of like, no one, like, if I was the guy, I wouldn't be like, hey, if I had information that could fuck me and fuck you, I'd be like, hey, this information could fuck you. Do you, what you like?
Or maybe he did know that.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah. Like, there's too many hypothetical steps. Yeah, there's too many variables that make this clean. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as simple as info to info. Like, if he was given, like, some, you know, prior to the trailer, here's the name of the 4 characters, here's the name of the enemies. Small detail shit, right? Like, in the grand scheme, small detail shit. I think there's a little less of an issue. But by the sounds of it, he's pulling out impressively, like, accurate, like, massive information. Like, I presume level, mechanics, new things, changes, huge things, right? Things that, like, you know, you would have to literally sit down with a conversation and be like, all right, here's everything that I know. Like, rather than, hey, here's a small bit of info. Yeah. And that, I think that's the line, and that's why there's the issue here. Like, if for any reason we're like, hey, there's, you know, you're going to see Jason Voorhees in the next Borderlands game, because we've heard it around the rumor mill. Like, no one's, they're like, oh, well, yeah, it may be correct. It's not correct. But, like, that may be correct, but it's only one small detail. The fact that he's unleashed... Private
investigators.
But hey, the fact that he's unleashing so much. I think it's the volume that is the big issue here. For Take-Two. Not personally, I give a fuck. Yeah. But, like, for Take-Two, it's the volume.
I can see why they want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Just to finalise it, IGN have attempted to reach out to SupMatto for his side of the story, but there is no available contact method for him on his YouTube channel, and both his Twitter and Discord servers are offline. So in terms of using this as a scare tactic, it seemed to have worked, because he's just fucking disappeared. Yeah. Or they killed him.
Either or.
And he's in a ditch somewhere.
Look, Take-Two are the same guys that publish, you know, Rockstar games. Like, they know how to kill someone.
Like, I hope this is something I'm actually interested in more.
Yeah, I'd love to see where this goes.
Just to see where it goes and see where the hammer falls. And what if it turns out to be Randy Pitchford doing the leaks? But he's anonymously doing the leaks to SupMatto.
Oh, it was on that.
But then Randy's also the one sending the private investigator. It was on the thumb drive with the squirt porn.
And that porn was one that was on Ninja's YouTube channel. On Ninja's Twitch. Like, it's this big overarching Illuminati conspiracy.
Games industry is fucking wild sometimes.
But see, look, there is a weird line here, and I've said this a couple times, but I mean in terms of how the general public and the people with vague and or minor knowledge of the industry knows. Like, I do think this is the problem that I find that I have because of our situation, because we've been working in this space for a long time, and for that reason we are entrenched in knowledge on how it all works behind the scenes, right? Or just standard practices within the industry. I think I look at things very differently than the general populace.
Oh, Jesus.
And I think you're the same as well.
Or definitely more cynical.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know anymore. Actually,
yeah, I don't know.
The general populace is pretty fucking cynical.
Yeah, but but like,
I know what you're saying.
Is it a massive issue? And I'm like, well, other than reasonable practices and blah, 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 you know, because all the public will see is company sent people to intimidate X.
Yeah. which at the core of the story, that's it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And there is all that additional like nuance and stuff that, you know, because plus the culture that we live in now, especially on social media, is the nuance and the grey areas isn't there.
Yeah. Oh, I have nothing more to say.
Who knows?
I'm just.
But what do you think about random private ass investigators coming around your house and being like, "Is that the thumbstick? Can we hide the porno, please?"
Can I see Randy squirt porn? That's what the porn was.
It's just Randy with a hat and glasses and a mustache.
When he was asked about it, he said something like, "It's magical what they can do. I don't understand how." He spoke about it.
Because he's a big magic
fan. Yeah, he's a magician.
Like, I thought it was a trick. Next he pulls a rabbit out of there.
I've seen that.
What? But let us know what you think the situation would take to. Are they within their legal rights to some stance, or are they just fucking messed up? Let us know. Comments below, Discord, all those places. Come to the Twitters.
That sounds like a GTA side mission, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Games make people violent. Right?
Yeah, they certainly do. Well, the thing is, all this information is very handy, but Borderlands is like a month away at this point. Which reminds me, do you want to play it?
I don't know. What about hashtag boycott Borderlands?
Fuck him.
I
play what I want.
Depends how balls deep I am in Classic WoW at that point.
Because I'll have to talk to 2K and see if we can hook up some copies.
Maybe, I don't know.
But that game is so far away. There's a bunch of games that are coming out this week. And you said you got time. You got only so many days before you can jump in a WoW. Just take a look at what games are coming out this week in a section we call Coming to the Players.
New PlayStation games for August 20th, 2019. Afterlife, PSVR digital. Black Desert, PS4 digital. Dobutsu Shogi World, Let's Catch the Lion, PS4 digital.
It's like look at kids' books. The art style is very play school.
Minimalistic. Dolings Invasion, PS4 digital. Injection, PS4 digital.
Oh, hang on. So it's Injection Pi 23. No name, no number. It's got a full name.
Well, no, it's just called Injection.
Yeah, but there's
that's the subtitle.
Can you give me a read of that one? Looks weird. It's like it's got a rat in one of those wheels.
Classic survival horror orientated, solving puzzles, exploring and strategy. Travel to the depths of a lonely mind that has lost contact with society and torments his own condition as a human being. Can you descend into the spiral of paranoia and madness to rediscover your happiness? That sounds way too heavy for me to play.
Like, I'm not quite ready for that.
No. It does sound interesting.
Sounds awesome.
Mechabolt, PS4, PS Vita digital cross-buy. Oninaki, PS4 digital and retail.
Sushi?
I think you're thinking of teppanyaki.
Oh, thank you.
Which is chicken. Platoon's Party,
no,
PS4 digital.
Josh.
Not in Japan. Rad, PS4 digital.
Yeah.
I already read that earlier in the show.
I'm keen to give it a red hot go, actually.
Remnant from the Ashes, PS4
digital.
digital.
It's technical stuff going on.
Roar, Jurassic Edition, PS4 digital.
I imagine that's a game we just like trash cities as a massive dinosaur.
Tokyo Chronos, PSVR digital.
Oh, that's some weep shit.
That's it. Kill Switch Engage Atonement.
New album.
PlayStation Music. That's it. Good?
Yeah.
That PlayStation conversation happened on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. Feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/popculture. Head over there. Check out the tiers. Might be something there that interests you.
If you do support us on Patreon, you can watch us record this show at any live. So at any dollar value, get yourself a nice little sneaky link and you can come and join the chats just like Crispy did today. We only give everyone like 10 minutes notice, so it's, as always, no one shows up. But the Young and the Wrestlers is very accurate. We record on a Thursday night, pretty much like 8 o'clock every week. It's on the nose, so everyone turns up.
Just so Jem comes, because she lives really far away.
It's about an hour and 15-minute drive every time. Yeah,
Jesus, it's dedication to the craft.
Yeah, no, she loves doing the show, so it's fine for me. Nice. So if she was unwell this week, and she's like, I could still make it. I'm like, no, you stay home.
You can't even speak.
Yeah, you stay home. So you get some nice little sneaky link to come watch us record that show as well as this show. If you want to support us in a more one-stop fashion though, head over to popcultures.com/shop. Buy shirts like this and that one on the floor and other sort of shit with our logos on it. We're us on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopcultures, where this week we will be playing Rad.
That's rad.
And we should also mention that, as we said, next week, due to the discussions on a particular game that is currently under embargo, that episode will be coming later that day. I don't know whether I can disclose date or time. It's like times, but it will be coming later. So it won't be at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock as per normal. It will be later. Because it'll be some good times.
Better change the spiel then.
Oh, just for that one day.
Yeah.
Coming at you at 1:35. But until then, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And that was For the Players. For the Players, the Pop Culturist PlayStation podcast is fan-supported at patreon.com/thepopculturist. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abatomi, Damien Holdies, Kyle Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.